God, I love that tune. Don't you guys love that tune?
It's
So
very
catchy.
I like it. I do like
It's
it.
like I'm doing this all the time. Even when I'm like adding in like screams and stuff like that. I was like, anyway. Brindlewood Bay. We're playing Brindlewood Bay tonight. This is episode 4 of Murders in Mavens. Thanks for joining us again. I think we've worked out all our technical issues. Cross your fingers, knock on wood.
This time.
And we have a full house. We have everybody here. So what could go wrong?
Murder.
Possibly go wrong.
Murder, no!
Murder.
Bay.
Murder is definitely that thing.
No, not here. This is such a quaint little town on the bay. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm gonna just hand things right over to our keeper, Malcolm.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Murder Mavens. So tonight we will return back to Brindlewood Bay on a cool, crisp evening where the weather is perfect and the temperature is just fine. And as we come to the Brindlewood Bay County Charity Poker Tournament, which is being hosted at the City Hall, all of our Mavens are dressed to the nines to support their favorite charity and play poker to win the big day. So every year in Brindlewood Bay, and the Brindlewood comes along from the Brindlewood calendar, is this special event where the members of the community are sponsored to play poker, and the winnings go to the charity of their choice. The tournament is played over several rounds, and the winner of each table proceeds to the next round. Because this is going to be a slightly different than our normal, our regular murder mystery in some ways, we do have a new special move that will be used by the Mavens while they play poker. Basically, it's just the Brindlewood County Charity Poker Tournament move. So basically, that's all it is. Really, it's basically just the results of your poker playing. Understand, of course, if any of our Mavens happen to have had poker as one of their cozy things, poker is cards, mahjong, some sort of game, then they might have advantage. But I think none of our Mavens do. But that's fine. With a little bit of luck and maybe a little craziness, they can make it all the way to the end. Otherwise, it's just a great night for raising money for a various number of charities. But in the end, only one wins. So our scene will open up after we have a little vignettes of every single one of our lovely Mavens from Evelyn, Nellie, Lynn, Birdie, and Patty, all tell me about how you want to start off this episode as far as your little vignette. And then we'll go to Patty, then we'll go to Birdie and Birdie's dreams.
So, sorry. I'm frozen. That was Nellie.
Whoa, Nellie.
Yeah, start with Nellie and then come back to me.
All right, Nellie.
I guess I've been voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold.
So I am taking my Saturday morning walk around the neighborhood, and I've got Beastie in his new little harness, and he's walking with me as we go around the neighborhood and looking at the lovely birds in the neighborhood and the cute little butterflies and all the lovely gardens going through the neighborhood. But like as the camera pans away as I'm like looking around, you see that I'm basically just dragging the harness. There's no Beastie to be found, and as I like stop and look at someone's garden, Beastie comes up and snuggles back into the harness, and I look down at him and smile, and he looks up at me and meows, and we go on our walk.
That sounds charming.
I guess I'll go next.
Great, Patty.
Okay. Because this is a charity gambling event, I have been doing everything in my power to be a support to the people who are creating it, and I'm pulling in all of my favors and bringing in all of the other charities that want to help, and I've really just been making myself indispensable to them all. This morning, I have put myself in charge of the acquisition of an appropriate amount of crepe paper for this event. And
Okay.
I will be not only purchasing, delivering, but also stringing said crepe paper throughout the gambling venue.
Well, you have been busy, definitely the last couple of days, getting the town hall ready and getting everything in place. Anything that doesn't fit has been shoved down into the basement by somebody, not you. It's pretty dark and dank down there. The mayor has only made a superfluous appearance occasionally, but since there's not much of a photo op during the setup, he doesn't really stick around. But yeah, you've had a really good time.
I'll
Birdie,
go.
Lynn, somebody?
I'll go.
Okay. All right.
So, before the event, I need to let off some anxiety steam. So, the camera comes up. I'm mixing some red paint in my studio. I pull the sheet off of a painting of dogs playing poker, and I mix up a beautiful scarlet red, and I start to draw drips of blood down every single one of the dogs.
That's awful.
Okay, it's one of those days where the creative juices have flown in a very strange direction.
Never heard of pre-traumatic stress disorder.
Laura, you want to?
Well, I got to hang out with you, Patty. Sorry,
I'm a
Birdie.
delight. I'm a delight.
Oh,
Bitch.
It's all you, Birdie.
Oh, okay. Well, I decided to have myself some liquid courage because I have to say this entire charity event is a farce. I've got years of documentation that my charity never wins. So I consult my etched photograph that I've been keeping locked away, just expelling all my grievances as I got ready for this. Once again, this charlatan event that I've been invited to just every year. I'm just going to drown myself.
It's a sham.
Okay.
So for Lynn, we find her, of course, in her kitchen. She's just smiling, sort of like a soft Mona Lisa smile. She's chopping stuff just out of vision, humming tunelessly. And then she lifts up the knife she's chopping with, and you see it's got blood streaks on it. And her eyes sort of fade into the distance, and her smile just sort of goes away. She looks off, and then she gets a little Scorsese look in her eye, or her eyes drop, and the smile comes back and only gets darker. And then it goes away.
Rutabaga.
Are we gonna be investigating each other?
That's always a possibility, I guess. Well, I think that wraps up our group. So, but in each in your way, the credits roll, and the day opens and passes. But this farce of a tournament, Birdie, has weighed upon you. You turn, and suddenly, there you are in the town hall. You see decked out there are giant cards, and there are streamers, and there are tables and casino players, and there's chips playing, and there's cards flipping. And then the next thing you know, you see in the far distance, there's a man wearing a jester harlequin costume. He's just dancing around in the back of the hall. And you just slowly approach this odd little gentleman in his little costume, dancing around, and you get up close to him, and he pulls out a knife, a long, sharp knife, and he draws it across his throat, spraying you with blood, his blood.
I'd like to
And then
revise
you
my
wake up.
opening.
And then you wake up.
Well, That's one for the ages.
I'm in the wrong
Hey.
game.
Weren't you
Was
from
she
Boston,
naked?
Birdie?
What?
Weren't you from Boston?
It depends how much she drinks. So,
Sure.
so there you are. You start off.
That's
We
right.
have
I am from Boston.
you were from Boston last time, but you know.
She's well
so
traveled.
we so we open
Yeah,
up
but she's
the
from
night.
South Boston. I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
We open up
Arkansas.
the night of the tournament, and there are various people from the town and the local area who are streaming in. You know, your friend Patty, Patty's friend Dory, Coffin waves at you as she goes in. You know, saying, "I cannot wait to see what happens." The Brindlewood Bay Lunch Club would be very interested in seeing this succeed.
Dory's cat rescue, was it a success? I don't know. I need to talk to her about it.
Yeah, she's just like, I will talk to you about it. It was really amazing. And then, of course, there's Melissa Crandall, who's from the Village Historical Society, who's there for her charity, being kind of the sourpuss that she is. But oh well, you know, she's kind of the event coordinator for the old church in the town. And that's usually just weddings. So this is her first time sort of getting out, but she doesn't really. She just wants to usually raise money for them. Is she a poker player? She plays mahjong, but not so much else. Anyway, lots of people are coming in, streaming in, wearing their ill-fitted tuxedos, their chicken, their chicken feather boas and large hats and rhinestone-covered dresses as they slip through the doors. You see the mayor moving through the crowd and other people who are from all over the town who are in here setting up. You have a waiter, there's various waiters moving through. There's a bar. The bar is... Well, we're doing non-alcoholic drinks tonight. So,
I'm out of here.
so there's like,
That's
mint
why-
coolers and
that's why I
Shirley
like to
Temples,
pregame.
and dry cranberry fizzes and pineapple ginger beer and virgin gimlet. If you're
Don't worry,
not
Birdie.
really
I got a little something in my purse.
but the smart players usually have their own little flask. That clutch holds more than just lipstick. But people are shifting and moving. But there's no actual, but it is supposed to be a family-friendly, though there's no children, thank goodness. But it's a
Child, I got a Camelback and margarita.
so.
That's
Unlike
what's
those
wrong with
girls.
this character. The libations here are not satisfied. I gotta get.
Unlike those girls, I can actually go 2 hours without a drink. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I can do it.
You could, yeah. So, and there's, of course, it's a catered event. So there's a whole large sort of catered table with all these sort of, food set out. And the chef is moving behind the table, sort of rechecking everything. Just a question. Just establishing question. What scandal rocked last year's poker tournament? And how were you involved, if at all?
Well, I declare I did think it was a strip poker tournament.
Birdie.
Well, somebody cut all the crusts off the sandwiches. Everybody knows I like the crust, so I was just really upset about that.
That's your scandal.
Not a lot happens around here.
You'll not be happy because I'm thinking more than likely the caterer, Mike Taylor, has probably cut the crust off of some of the sandwiches, if there's even sandwiches being served. But
At the lead table,
his toast
at the lead table.
Mhm.
At the end of the tournament, at the lead table, I noticed that there was a king of clubs that had been on the ground the entire time, and that the deck was missing it. And so, rather than make a big to do about it, I simply stepped on it and waited for the event to end.
What a
She
scuttlebutt.
She didn't move very much, even though you complained about the crustless sandwiches last time, Birdie. Patty just stayed right where she was, and it was a great success.
That's what lost me that royal flush.
There you go.
And speaking of flushes, last year there were at least 2 toilets that weren't flushed when I went in.
Oh, it's awful.
No, totally Nellie. No, just rain gas.
Well, and Nellie.
Well, shit, those were all so good.
The toilet.
Oh,
At Chipotle first.
well, I tried flushing it down as best I could, but it was so close. It was so clogged, and it just kept rising right to the very top, and I didn't want to spill over. So, unfortunately, I just had to leave it the way it was, as to not to make a bigger mess.
Great.
It was that
Great.
Chipotle. I know it.
Can you find a hanger to cut it up with?
Hey.
What? Where's their poop knife? There should be a poop knife in here.
But you guys are, yeah. So that was the scandal from last year. And well, as you're remembering the terrible poop incidents and not having a poop knife, you're completely surprised by Danny Walsh, who's a reporter from the Brindlewood Beacon. And she just comes up and says, "This is pretty exciting, isn't it? It's really interesting, isn't it, to have, him here, after all. I mean,
Him who?
Ace Rogers.
Ace Rogers?
Yes, he's like this.
Oh, is he on that show?
No, I don't think he's on any show. He's like this he's a professional poker player from Vegas. All the way out here. Apparently he was recruited for a charity, the Society of the Kindly Ones. I never heard of it, but there's a story there, so I'm looking into it.
Oh,
And
they
I know that
hired a
you-
ringer. Is that what this is? They're cheating? This feels like cheating.
I know. I was going to go talk to Birdie. She likes like a conspiracy about this whole entire thing.
Yes.
Last year, she was certain that communists cut off the crust of the bread. They didn't. Though the new caterer, I hear he had a record. And she goes off. She goes to be gone. So, that was Danny Walsh, the local reporter. Lynn, you have the unfortunate situation where you are cornered by Amelia Emerson. She's just sort of a tall, lanky woman with a very intense stare. So what charity are you playing for?
I'm playing for the House of Cats.
Oh. I'm playing for the Newts. I love Newts. Have you ever... Yeah, have you seen the posters? We've got them like in the Newt Sanctuary, for the Newt Sanctuary. Yeah.
Oh, child, that just reminds me of Newt Gingrich, and I want none of that business.
Oh, the sign. It's like Newts are a hoot. I don't even know who. Well, anyway, that's our slogan. But Newts are truly fascinating. You should really look into Newts. You could be a part of the charity. I mean, I'm sure your charity's fine, but Newts could really use it for the sanctuary.
Oh, bless your heart.
Thank you. And there's nothing about this whole entire thing about eyes of newts. Newt's eyes are way too small for witches to use their potions. It's just a crazy thing. On the other
That's why
hand,
you need a lot of them.
and then, did you know the eastern speckled newt is one of the few newt species that give live birth to their children, to young ones? It's amazing. That's something worth knowing, not this whole entire eye of newt thing. And you know what? They've been found
along
here,
the walls as this
here
happens.
in the Brindlewood Fen. And now we have a new sanctuary for newts.
Wow. Patty, is that you? Child, I got something to tell you. And then I just walk into a closet.
Did you open the door first?
No.
Okay. And well, Birdie, you have the unfortunate thing of finding yourself under the gaze of Mariah Prescott. She was just walking over to talk to Evelyn and spotted you and stopped and just stared.
Oh boy, here we go.
Wow. Birdie, I thought after last year you would never come to one of these things. I mean, I can't believe this. Believe the organizing committee agreed to even allow outsiders in this place, but I know you're a local, but still, I mean, that was quite the blow up you had here. Quite the blow up.
Yeah, so I recall, wasn't your charity the
No,
Save the Mosquitoes Foundation.
No, I don't. Ooh, clever. You're such a clever girl. Evelyn,
Because I figured if anybody was
clarity between drinks.
I figured if anybody was to try to say bloodsuckers, it would be you. I don't know why I still have this southern accent. It's just too easy.
It is way too easy. But
It's how she gets on the Southern Comfort.
Maker's mark, dear. Maker's mark.
well, be a dear and point me towards Evelyn.
I usually
there
point
she is.
down.
She's staying at a good distance from you. I don't know what she sees in you. Okay, we're done. So nice.
We're done.
So nice. Evelyn, darling, you look great. This is Mariah Pescott. She's old money. She's in charge of the Brindlewood Bay Historical Society.
Mariah, how are you doing?
Not so good with all these card sharks in here and outsiders, but otherwise fine.
Well, it's nice to have some outsiders every once in a while. We get their money for our charities.
Yeah, well, that would be understandable if he was not here. And she points over to a young man who, I mean, young to you guys, but a middle-aged man who really has a perfectly fitted tuxedo and coiffed hair. He's currently just looking at his cufflinks, which appear to be, if you're not certain, almost look like playing cards. Anyway, she goes, that guy, nothing but a card shark, came in here. We're trying to raise money for worthy charities, and this person comes in here and is raising money for who knows what. I need to talk to Patty about it. But Patty wasn't in charge of who was recruiting. She was in charge of decorating, and it looks fabulous, as always. Though
but maybe Patty will know more. Patty might know why Ace was brought here.
I was hoping you would tell me if Patty told you instead of having to talk to Patty. She's always busy. And last year, she wouldn't move. She was like, I need to stay here. I need to stay here.
I haven't been able
to stay here.
Yeah. I haven't been able to do anything with Patty for the past 2 weeks. She has been so busy, and I'm not willing to help.
Okay. Birdie's just within earshot of your conversation at every chance I can. Because she doesn't like skanks.
Oh shit.
Well, there it is.
And I take 2 steps back and I push Birdie as hard as I possibly can away from.
Oh, it's all in good fun. All in good fun.
Let's get a non-drink.
Yeah, I was like, I believe.
Keep her away.
Patty's over there stepping on a card or something. What? And she points all the way across the hall.
So, Patty, you are all the way across the hall, and Maya Simmons comes up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic job. He gives you this. He reaches out. He sticks out his hand to shake yours. You know it's probably not a good idea because he's a bone crushing. But he always reaches out.
I just do this thing with it.
It's still bone crushing, and he pulls you in. And someone takes a picture. Fantastic. Yeah. So,
thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Trump.
Oh, Jeff Simmons is here to help everyone and make this town a much better place. As the MC of this tournament, as always, I really take it serious. There's a reporter way over there. Are you going to be able to move this year?
Yes.
Good. I may need you to move around for other pitchers. I may need to take with other people. I need you to be there to be like, official and nice.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, Mrs. Fitzpatrick, we couldn't have this town without people like you.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate your vote. I mean, your support in this coming year.
You're welcome.
As always, preserving what we have as we forge forward to a newer future. And that could be a slogan. And he sort of walks up.
I didn't realize he was like that. That hurt. Ouch. Ouchie McGouchie. I'm going to go introduce myself to this young middle-aged man.
Mhm.
Ace. I heard his name is Ace. So I'm going to go and make sure that he's comfortable, because I'm sure there's lots of people who don't want him here. So I'm going to be the welcome wagon.
That could be possible.
So I will go over and introduce myself, Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Do I have that correct?
Oh.
Are you Mr. Rogers?
He is, yes, Mr. Rogers. You can just call me Ace.
Okay. Is that
Probably
your Christian name?
No, ma'am. But but thank you for it's Charles is
Oh. Well, Charles, I have an interest in making sure that you feel welcome here in our home. It's your first visit to Brindlewood Bay?
Yes. I mean, well, he looks over the guy next to him, who is, is like a well-dressed, sort of balding man.
Yeah.
Who's checking his phone. Yes, this is my first. I mean, I've been looking into things in Brindlewood, but yeah.
So from what I understand of your career, that you have a career in gambling. Is that accurate?
I am a professional poker player. Yes, in Vegas.
Wouldn't this be considered a little pedestrian for you, this sort of an event?
Well, it's a good cause. And good causes will will take you all across this country.
What is your cause?
I am raising money for Malcolm has forgotten the name. The Society of the Kindly Ones.
The Society, I've never heard of that. And
it's a rather new one, and they're doing things.
To whom are they kindly?
They're kindly to all.
To all. Okay.
That's such a rare thing in this world today.
Interesting. Is this a 501c3 or is this some other sort of a charity? Is it religious based? I'm really interested in your charity.
I usually don't do.
Please tell me more. Do you have a card?
He gives you. He does. I do have. I have a card.
Yeah.
Oh, do they? I mean, do they have a card? Yeah.
I'm gonna or Sotco.
I'm gonna press him for information.
He's like, well, I don't really. I mean, usually I have my assistant takes care of that.
My goodness. You have an assistant.
Yes.
You earn enough gambling to have an assistant? That's amazing.
Yes.
You really should be very careful with your money. And I'm right now going to share some wisdom with you as a younger person. And I'm going to
I forget to ask you guys. I forgot to ask, but yes, you guys will probably do your end of things.
And that wisdom comes in the form of me talking to you about my dear departed husband, who
layering,
cha-ching, who
yes.
once created a part for a computer. I don't know, makes computers work. I don't know what that is, but I am going to be playing against you today, and I want you to understand that the name Brindlewood Bay, and you're going to come to find this out yourself, but it happens to be an anagram for bodily raw boned. So I'm going to take you down, Charles.
No, because the man on the phone looks up,
and then I just turn around and leave.
He goes, "Yeah." You turn around and leave, and he goes, "Well, you're making." All you hear is the other man says, "You're making quite the impression." I mean,
that's true.
But as what I was saying, we're gonna,
I just checked your math.
I can always count on Laura to check my math.
Yes, you can. Well, so I'm gonna sidle up next to Birdie at the buffet.
Okay.
Dear Birdie, and I've got my big sack purse on me, and I'm going. There you go. I'm pulling little bits of food and putting them in my purse while I'm talking to Birdie.
The chef will come up and, he doesn't see. I mean, maybe he notices you don't know, but he has a small plate of sliders and goes, I heard that last year you didn't like the fact that crusts were cut off the choice points, but here's them sliders. They have the full crust and everything on them. I hope you enjoy it. They're actually buttons. And he's like this. I mean, he is this big, like, built like a shit brick house, of a chef, and in all whites. He has like tattooed hands and so forth. And he goes, I hope that you really have a great time with this charity this year. I forgot your last name, Widow Birdie. I'll just call you the Widow Birdie. I hope you have a last time than last year, Widow Birdie, and that you enjoy the food. I've went to a lot of work to try and get myself established in training and get this catering company, and I'm really, really happy that we're able to do here. Then I'm out of the Fresh Start Foundation, and we have a guy over there who, of course, is going to be playing you if you're playing for the charity, and we really hope it's a good cause.
What's the chef's name?
Mike Taylor.
Mike. I spin around in a very dramatic style. Well, Mikey, I always do like your sliders. So, yeah.
Thank you, Widow Birdie.
So later, if you want to.
Dude, sounds like Tweety.
The
Widow Betty. The Widow Betty.
I lean over to Evelyn and say,
Widow Birdie is now a whole other level. Now I'm really locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
wait, sorry, wrong one.
Gluten free, but those are the gluten free cupcakes are on the blue plate. As he moves back, I better go check on something.
As Birdie goes, I guarantee you won't feel teeth, and she pulls her teeth out.
Birdie, he's a big one.
Mikey.
You are the worst, Birdie. You should behave.
As long as I'm not that skank that's across the room.
Oh, I saw you talking to her. Was that Mariah Prescott?
Yeah, Mariah Prescott. Yeah.
She doesn't even give me the time of day. That's I think I probably have it better than you in that. But who are you playing for today? By the way, I don't know who you're playing for.
Oh, I had to switch it up. I'm just trying to find a winner. So I'm gonna go for the Sisters of
It's pronounced Weena.
What?
Weena.
The Weena Sisters of Charity.
Oh, that sounds. Charity's nice. I'm
Yeah,
playing.
they're into something. I don't know.
I'm playing for the Brindlewood Bay Ornithological Society.
Oh God! Oh yeah! Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's mostly just me and Jackie Halethorpe. But I'm hoping to get some if we get some investment, we can get some more members. Start advertising, in the daily.
Oh, what day do you meet?
Oh, every Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, I'm busy.
I didn't even tell you what time.
She wants to nail it down. Like, oh, I'm busy.
We have tea and we go over our
when
slideshow from the photos we take in our backyards. It's so much fun. You should really carve some time out in your busy schedule to join us sometime.
Nellie, I always loved you, and you have a pulse, and that's why I love you.
I think she's got a podcast on Tuesday nights.
So, as you look around, they're setting up the tables. You notice that the reigning champion from last year, Tony Martinez, is sitting down. He's looking, looking a bit unkept and nervous, but he's setting up. And
I tell everybody that Ace's Christian name is Charles, and it upsets him for people to use that name. So you should feel free to use that name.
Okay,
I'm gonna take his little punk ass down.
And you guys are squared off at some tables and will play various people. and there's a number of players from all over town and a number of individuals. Like you'll have people that you know and some people you don't know. And so we're gonna just start off with just a few rounds of tournament play, and here we go. So basically, this is going to be the charity poker tournament move is a roll that will use either composure or reason, and your success, if it is, will let you choose a number of situations. Like, for instance, if you roll between a 7 to 10, unlike before, I mean, that's still a success without complications, but you can make a choice. You can either make a significant amount of money for your charity, or you can choose to learn something more about a competitor at your table, or you can ensure that one of the competitors at your table loses. If you get a 12 or higher on this roll, you make it into the finals with okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to use composure. That was one of the two options, right?
Yep.
Composure or reason. And we'll just start off with you, Patty.
Patty,
Now, you guys are all at different tables, just so you know. There's lots of things,
Is anybody interesting at my table?
Well, yeah, there was that guy who wasn't talking. He was on the phone, but you didn't speak to him. That was next to Ace. He's at the table with you.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Ace's assistant?
No, you don't know. You don't.
Okay.
He's just he's on the phone. He goes, but you can overhear him before as the dealer is setting up the table and dealing. He's like, you haven't seen all the dilapidated little houses in the prime. It's like prime coastal real estate.
Huh.
So what? They're old homes. So what are the town founders' homes? They're old. We're supposed to treat like rundown shacks like a bunch of whalers from 150 years ago, like their freaking sacred crown.
You might
give me a break. Those homes ought to be declared a safety hazard and raised to the flat earth. And
Hey,
put some
hey,
people.
hey.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
playing poker here.
He goes, oh,
We're
yeah.
playing
go ahead.
poker.
He's like, oh, yeah. The foundation needs.
Mariah is Mariah at my table?
No,
Does
she's
she
not at
happen
your
to-
table.
You're going to need to talk to Mariah about those homes.
I'm
All
talking plenty to Mariah Prescott.
Okay. So do you want to roll for me, or do I roll, or what do you want to do?
You're going to roll.
Okay.
And that person was Dan Gardner. Yes, we did.
Well, I rolled an
A
11 plus
Oh.
2 for 13.
13. So
Wow.
on a 12, you will make it through to the final round. That's a given. Okay.
Okay.
You'll be playing. So you can just sit on your laurels for a while there, Patty. You final round. Okay.
Just staring at Charles the whole time.
Would you
Keeper,
call
remind
it
me-
a death stare?
Yes.
Keeper, is it 2d6?
Yes.
2d6 plus whatever your skill
Yeah,
is.
2d6 plus either
you.
either your charity or either your composure or reason.
Death stare. Death stare.
Mm.
Death stare.
Charles.
So, Birdie,
Oh.
your roll.
7 plus. So I actually went with sensitivity,
No,
and so
That wasn't. You can't just randomly choose the skill.
Two
It's
stats
got to
for
be one of the
composure.
two he mentioned.
Composure or reason.
scam. I'll go with I rolled a 7, and if I go with reason, I get a +1, so 8.
Okay. So that is a success. So you may choose to make a significant amount of money for your charity, or learn something about one of the competitors at your table.
Oh, since I could care less
Or
about
in-
the charity, I'm going to go
or
with
in-
I want to learn something about somebody at the table.
Okay, or sure. Okay. Well, at your table,
Is the skank there?
no, you actually
too
are at the
bad.
table with the reigning champion, Tony Martinez. He does seem a bit nervous. He's basically Tony's the math teacher at the local high school in the winners of last year's tournament. He supports he's supporting the Fresh Start Foundation, which a group which helps ex-cons gain job skills they need.
Oh yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
And so he's under a lot of pressure to perform well this year, and it makes him rather snippish. He's like, yeah. So he's like, I'm not intimidated by Ace. He's Flash's Vegas style. It's fine, is one thing, but I think a calm, analytical mind can win great poker. That's all that needs to be done. But you can tell he's obviously very nervous about Ace being here, and not comfortable with the situation. And that's what you learn. It's going down. Okay.
I'll keep an eye on him.
You also, other than that, George Hamilton, who's the proprietor of the Cinema by the Bay, is doing this for some sort of art house film charity.
Snooze fest.
But he's not really. But
how's his tan?
Wait, it's George Hamilton? Just say yes. It's George. Just say it's really George Hamilton.
His name is George Hamilton.
How's his tan? Is his tan good?
His tan is like ridiculous. Yeah. Like you don't get that much sun up here, but somehow he has it.
Yeah, he has a tanning bed, I'm sure.
There's a lot of people who have tan,
that he sleeps in every night.
Anyway.
His sidekick is named Melanoma.
Melanoma. That's my dog.
Anoma.
Melanoma.
I'm playing. I guess I'll go ahead and see how I'm doing here. I also got an 11 plus 2.
I also have melanoma.
That sounds like, oh God, no. Okay.
We're taking down Charles, Nellie.
And do I also get to learn something, or is
yes?
it just...
So yeah, you guys get to go to the finals, and you can either choose to eliminate someone from your table, or ensure that one of the competitors at your table loses, or learn something about them, or make a significant money for your charity.
Yeah, no, I'm chatting up the table and trying to learn about the folks at my table, and every once in a while, if people are watching, they'll see like a paw come out of my purse and like drag food off of my plate into the purse.
Well, Emily Emerson, who's the newt fancier, is really kind of like made nervous by this screeching claw. She's, they would actually. It was always a concern that maybe. Domestic animals could be a problem at the Brindlewood Fen Newt Sanctuary, but I think we got that covered.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could be, but my little beastie wouldn't hurt a fly.
Newts would. They love flies. So anyway, I didn't tell you about the local newt that we have here. She seems to be all about newts, but she occasionally looks over, at the other tables, which you really should be paying attention to her cards. But other than that, there's not much else. I mean, the rest of the players you do know, like you're Miss Crandall, who's the Village Historical Society, who runs the big church church events at the old church.
What's her name?
No one actually. Oh, the
church lady.
Oh, that's Melissa Crandall.
Wow,
she's the event coordinator for the old church, which is in the historical district of Brindlewood Bay.
Melissa Crandall.
I haven't been to church in a long time.
That church actually isn't really open. It's just historical.
I only go for funerals.
Yeah, it was closed there. It's been closed since '38 after that big hurricane. It's just a historical site, event location for weddings and baptismals. Though I have been trying to get it to be used in movies and shows. People like something historical like that, and why not have it shot here in Brindlewood Bay? We could be one of those TVs. I mean, I'm sure Magnum PI goes to church, right? I never watched the show because it's I'm late.
Well, that if I can get this ornithological society off their ground, that would be a great meeting place. A nice atmosphere.
You mean I don't really know if we want I mean, we want it to be an event.
Yeah, like every Tuesday night we have a little event.
If you can
We
afford
get
it,
together.
sure.
Well, we'll see how I do. Ooh, look, full house.
Is that how that works? All right. So, okay. Evelyn.
So, can you tell me ahead of time who's at my table?
Yes, at your table. It's all the old gals. So it's Dory Coffin, who is the Brindlewood Bay Lunch Club chairperson. And let's see. I guess you, of course, have Maya Prescott, who's, of course, who's there for the Brindlewood Bay Historical Society. And Virginia Bradshaw is the general manager of everyone's favorite boutique, Graydon's, at least the local branch. And then some other smatterings of people. Oh yeah, there's that reporter too. Well, actually, no, the reporter's not sitting at your table. You have Mariah sitting at your table. So yeah, that's who's all sitting at your table. There's a couple other people,
Okay, so I can't use melee.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a 7.
Okay. So you can make a significant amount for your charity.
I would like to tell Mariah to leave the table.
Okay, so you ensure that Mariah loses. So Mariah loses in that round, is eliminated in round 1. Okay.
And then everybody thanks me after I do that.
Thank you.
You're at a different table.
He thanks me anyway.
Good work. Lynn?
Who's at my table?
So at your table, you have Danielle, or Danny Walsh, who's from the Brindlewood Beacon. You also have, they used her. Let me find someone else new. You have, basically you have, well, we just call her Salty Nancy.
Oh,
like a tattoo artist, and she has all these tattoos on her arms, and she's plagued. Yeah, she's there. And of course,
40 years in the Navy, that one.
Well, she's not really been in the Navy, but she looks like the kind of person whose job was it to strangle livestock or something. She's kind of built like that.
Longshoreman Nancy.
She's a rabbit lady from Roger and Me.
That's Nancy, and she's quite a character. But Nancy and Janet Flock, who actually runs the owner of the Candlelight Booksellers, which you guys have your meetings at. She's also playing the table. She's doing it for some old booksellers. She doesn't sell old books, but she's doing it for her friend Thaddeus, who runs. If this wasn't such a small town, it might be considered a competing store, but they sell old used books, and she sells new great books. So she doesn't really have to but she's doing him a favor. So she's here for that, doing charity, but she's like playing. So yeah, that's who you have at your table.
All right. I'll start out with sorry about all my misunderstandings last year. Let's hope the same mistake doesn't happen this time around.
Danny looks at everybody and goes like, you were at the toilet, right?
No, that was Nellie.
She goes, I knew someone new. And she writes that down. Nellie.
I undo one of the snaps to my dress.
Oh.
There's only one snap.
There's only one snap, but
it's a onesie.
It's Nellie Miller.
One snap.
Nellie Miller. What is that one? Okay, but anyway, yeah. So they.
But I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Well, 7 plus 2, so 9.
So you can make a significant amount for your charity. Learn
Just
something.
One of us picked it.
Learn something about your competitor at the table, or ensure that one of the competitors at your table loses.
I will earn a significant amount for my charity.
Look at you.
Oh,
What was your
House of Cats.
That's
Not about felines. It was the
Yes.
homeless former Cats actors.
Like,
Morris.
former actors, maybe cat actors or actors from the show,
Actors from the musical Cats.
Cats.
Yes. They still act
Okay.
like cats outside of the show. It pisses everybody else
Oh,
off.
so it's like Taylor Swift, Judi Dench.
Oh, that's in the future. Oh, okay. Yes.
Everybody
All
thinks
right.
it's about the felines, but it's not.
May I ask a question?
Please,
Uh-oh.
please.
So since your entire scenario here is my cozy activity, the book says that I can learn a clue.
Mm-hmm. There
accidentally.
hasn't been something. Nothing has happened. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But,
Oh,
you
this-
know what? You know what? I will give you a clue when that happens.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. How's that?
So no one's been murdered yet,
no, everyone seems pretty much
Hey,
alive.
except for Ace's confidence.
Okay. So now I'll just need rolls for that's round one.
That's
We'll just go with the rest of you if you want to. You moved around, you get to move to different tables, different people come in.
Come back up,
Obviously,
Evelyn.
with the exception of Mariah Prescott, who's been eliminated from the tournament.
Oh, that Mariah.
The tables shrink and you guys continue moving closer. Let's do another round. Patty and
And
Nellie.
Nellie, you guys have already guaranteed your slots, so we'll just say that you're just playing various no-name people as you play around and move and so forth. Oh, by the way, I did want to give you this, guys. I completely forgot. I did get the name of Deputy Muscles, and that is Brett Anderson.
We don't really need his name. Just Deputy
Oh.
Muscles is fine.
Not yet, but yeah, you don't really need his name. You're right, but his name is Brett Anderson anyway. Now that you need his name,
He'll
or
always
care.
be muscles to me.
He will be muscles, Deputy Muscles anyway. So that's fine.
Maybe someday Sheriff Muscles.
You don't think so, unless things have gone really bad, terribly wrong.
Yeah. Maybe
Birdie just
Evelyn
keeps
might
calling
be
him Hot
Mrs. Muscles one day. You never know.
Mm.
All right, so
Sometimes I am confused for a lady half my age.
maybe it's half the- okay, never mind.
Evelyn, did I tell you
But-
how wicked good looking you are today?
By the way, when I qualified for
You
the
too,
for the
Birdie,
finals
you too.
table, Malcolm,
Mhm.
I stand up and say, "She still got it."
Oh my God, Patty! Patty, you're ridiculous.
That's the third check mark. So just so you know,
You only get 3,
You
and
only
one of them is
get-
already given to
You
you.
only get two.
I'm
You
going
only
to do 4.
No.
So
You only get to pick 2.
I'm going to do 4.
The third one is solving the crime, which is murder, which we've got a lot to do in this one session.
There hasn't even been a murder yet.
I know
Things aren't looking good for Ace, though.
Come on, keeper, kill somebody.
okay.
Preferably
I stab
one of
Emily.
them.
No.
Well, if you guys insist,
I'm on a roll.
you're on a roll. You're doing really well. The tables begin to shrink. The number of people that are playing move the tables closer and closer together. As other players are eliminated, it comes down to those remaining Mavens, which is all of you. Actually, I don't know about you, Birdie, but anyway, you and there's Mila Emerson and Danny Walsh still has managed to stay in there, and thankfully and surprisingly, Tony Martinez is the creating champion, who's still even sweatier somehow than he was before out of nervousness, and of course the mayor, who is on a table now with one of you. Hello there, ladies.
What's the mayor's name?
Jeff Simmons.
Mayor Simmons.
Smarthy grin, expensive suit, bone-crushing handshake. Promises a lot, but never delivers.
Brother named
Mayor
Richard.
Simmons.
He doesn't really play. He just sort of comes over and just sort of greets everybody and says, "Look, we have those ladies who do that book club with the killing stuff."
His hands
Golden
are
crown.
his
Golden
hands are so
crown.
strong. It must come from kissing all those babies.
Hey Simmons, we're famous enough. We don't need you to shout us out.
Take a picture. Click. They can't hear. They can't- You look gorgeous, dear. Gorgeous. At least, well, yeah.
Shove off, Simmons. I remember you in middle school. You're still the same runt.
He looks at the person. He looks at the camera person. And goes, "This Photoshop. All right."
You promised us speed bumps on Seabreeze Avenue.
Yes, we're gonna go over there.
I haven't seen speed bumps on Seabreeze Avenue yet.
Historical Society. What do you say about it? He moves to the crowd. And you guys are moving around, and then eventually the tables begin to as far as the number of people players or rounds pass by. And fortunately, actually, I'll just have one more rule from Evelyn, Lynn, and Birdie.
Ooh. I think I might be out.
Evelyn?
I got a 3.
Yes, you are eliminated. For you on the satellites.
Oh shit, Mariah's I gotta find something to do.
She's gonna talk about
Evelyn. You're trying to find something to do. You go, you hear, Evelyn, and Dory, God bless her, Dory Coffin, intercepts her and just sort of gives you this sort of like, little thing like you're clear and sweeps Mariah away from out of your way. But Mariah moves on. But they move on. Yeah. So
I'm gonna go check to see if those toilets are flushed.
okay.
So, am I doing? What was it? Reason?
Reason
10.
or
I got 9 plus 1.
Okay.
10.
So you're still in the table. And Lynn,
I got a 7.
you're barely in there. But you're there.
I still got it. Pop open another button.
Lynn, I'm gonna put that on your tombstone. She still got it.
But you guys are all at the table at the last few tables of the tournament as it winds up, and then it moves on to the final round, where those who are winning, you guys are moved to the final table. Unfortunately, Lynn, you are not. You don't make it. You're cut out. Birdie, something happens to you, and so it's just Nellie and Patty and Ace and Tony and how many? I guess it's Tony and I guess
All right.
Dan, and Dan Garner, is there at that table with the dealer, and she's stealing it, and then suddenly, just as the round about to start, the dealer has the chips ready and is just sprinting them. The cards are being shuffled. Sort of, we're almost there, kind of ready for you guys, and she's just sort of doing her fancy thing and doing it back and forth. And amidst the confusion, as people scream and are there, 2 shots ring out. The lights come back on, revealing Ace Rogers has been shot. Those at the table, Patty and I look around and you see a number of people that happen to be within. We have a clear shot of him.
Oh no.
Patty, how could you?
We were all thinking it.
You're supposed to beat him at the table.
And there's immediately a scream. Ah! And the people who had the clear view, Nellie, Patty, Amelia Emerson, our Newt girl, Mike Taylor, the caterer, Danny Walsh, the reporter from the Brindlewood Beacon, Mariah Prescott, Evelyn's nemesis.
Who's Amelia Emerson again? What was the?
She was
She's
the one who was in
the
love
Newt
with
Society.
Newt
Yeah,
Society.
Sanctuary for
Newt
Newts.
Sanctuary. Tony Martinez, the reigning champion. Jeff Simmons, the mayor, who was kind of like not back on his place.
That runt.
And Dan Gardner, who was at the table as well, who was the property developer who was talking about leveling places.
Dan Gardner, Tony Martinez.
Wow, there's a bunch of potential eyewitnesses there.
I'm sure it was just a big
So-
accident.
So me, Patty, the Mike Taylor, the chef, Dan Gardner said.
The developer.
The
yeah.
phone guy on the phone. Yeah. Emily Anderson, Mariah Prescott, and Danny Walsh, the reporter. Oh, and the do you say the mayor too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Danny Walsh, the reporter.
So we don't see a gun or anything like that.
Do we smell?
I guess
Yeah, just about the gun. The gun.
Is
powder.
there a smoking gun?
Okay. Sorry, I just saw one of the clues. I was like, oh, well, no, it's just okay. All right. Okay, we'll just.
Yeah, I've got pretty good. I stay pretty calm in a tense situation. I'll go check his pulse to see if he's still breathing.
Yeah, rush to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Where is the wound?
Where is the wound? There are two. I mean, he's been shot. Dead. He's definitely dead. You
Oh.
check for his pulse, and he's dead.
Well, is it a headshot? Is it where is he shot?
Or
He
Was-
appears
was
to have been shot. We'll just pick a place. Why not? Why not?
one in the heart, one in the head.
Yeah,
One in the heart, one in the head.
in the or say the
Penis.
neck, so we get nice arterial spray.
Yeah, something with less material. Yeah. People are aghast, obviously. And and because we didn't think it's like as the tournament went on, as each round went on, more and more people were leaving the tournament, leaving the event. But some people were still there, obviously. So a number of people, you have quite a few people who were not involved in the crime or not able to commit the crime, who were there, you probably have a very little time before the sheriff will probably be in here in a matter of moments, definitely.
Birdie called Deputy Muscles.
Quick, deal him.
Birdie has to exclaim.
The dealer's just sort of the dealer who would have, who only reason she didn't have a clear shot was because of Patty being in the way. But anyway, it's just like she looks at you and goes, he is, oh my God.
Birdie has to exclaim, did I drink that or did I see it?
Were the bullet wounds in the front or the back?
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of those events, is it?
Yes.
We'll let you know.
The-
That's how he died. He was shot.
Mhm. That's one of the
Break for commercial.
we will make up on our.
Yeah.
By the way, this episode is
I mean,
sponsored
and I'll be
by.
perfectly honest, guys. You don't even have to say there's two wounds. You can just simply say he was shot.
Okay. He was
Okay.
shot.
They were just, the gun was fired twice. So
Nathan, we
So-
should just
so
start
that-
inventing
just
people who sponsor the
for-
episodes, and then they'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
turn into a real reality.
Just for clarity, Malcolm,
Mhm.
some of what you said there was garbled because I think Nathan was trying to do sound effects at the time.
that was me, probably.
Oh, that was you. Okay,
I was
So-
being nervous and just doing.
I always blame sound effects on Nathan. Anyway,
yeah.
the
Always do.
so the lights went off. We heard two shots. The lights came back up, and the dude was dead. Basically, that's what you
Mhm.
said during that time. Okay,
Yes.
Whoever did it was near the light switch.
done.
I look
Done.
over the light switch.
done.
I'm
So
by
no
the
one-
light switch.
Well, it's
I did the light switch. I thought we were going to all sing "Happy Birthday." and
being the
so-
town hall. There's
Happy
not really a good
birthday
place
to
to
you.
reach the light switches. All of them, you couldn't cover the whole place, unless of course you were maybe in the basement or something. You could probably
Bro, the
throw the whole entire switch because everything went like all the lights everywhere and off. And normally those like switches will only cover like certain lights in a certain area, so it's not someone standing by a light switch probably.
Okay.
so
Well-
are people trying to leave? Because I want to stop people from leaving.
Yeah, because
Cover the exits.
there's someone been shot. People try to leave, and
No, I'm covering the exits. Don't leave. Don't move.
the
That would've-
charity. Someone goes,
Yeah.
Evelyn, the charity is dead. People have been shot.
Wait,
It could have been
we're
by
all
you.
witnesses
Sit
here.
down.
We're all
Sit down.
witnesses here. Everybody calm down. Wait for the police to arrive.
We're also the murderers.
What?
I mean,
Stay here. I might have murdered someone.
exactly.
Oh,
But I
Evelyn.
don't care. I'm still trying to keep them there. I'm trying to keep
Keeper,
the
how
murderer
many
in.
exits are in this room?
In town hall?
Yeah.
20.
There's like maybe it's a small town. 20. 20 exits. The whole front is actually nothing but
28.
It's just
Everyone
all doors
has an
open out to the
exit.
bed. Yeah.
there's probably like about maybe like there's like three known exits.
It's the little known Frank Lloyd Wright, where
You know.
it's all fire exits. The
All
entire
fire
building.
exits. Building.
All he had his all windows thing. Now he has his all fire exits.
So you do have the main entrance exit, which is opened actually, which was opened, and then you have two side entrances, entrances and exits. They're not really used during the day, but they can be used as exits. And of course, there's probably one back by the mayor's office on that hallway, and maybe through the basement, possibly, or the kitchen. See, there's other exits in
Kitchen
parts,
for sure.
but not in this area. Not in the main hall. There's only 3 exits off the main hall, and only the main exit is actually not alarmed to go off because the other 2 are used for fire exits usually. And mostly we're headed for the main exit, and someone tried the fire exit. I can try. I guess. But Evelyn's doing her sweeps.
So during all the commotion, I'm gonna let Beastie out of my bag, and we're gonna look for clues around the body.
But don't let anybody, including the cat, touch the body.
Ugh, there's a fight.
Sorry, we can't contaminate the crime scene.
So
We've read it. We've read enough of these stories.
Some meddling move, or is this like a night move, or
You're just moving around the actual in this hall right now. This would be more of a meddling move because you're going to go talk to people and so forth.
okay, all right. I'm using composure 11, like trying to calm people down and see ask them what they saw or what they heard.
It was dark. I saw the darkness. The lights were out. I saw darkness. My eyes did not see anything but darkness.
Well, did you hear anything besides the gunshots?
I don't know. The widow, no. I don't know. I just darkness.
Well, that's not
Darkness. So, leaving him, you move around, and you do happen to find something, though.
Check this first. I fire a magic missile at the darkness.
You find a pair of gloves
Oh.
covered with gunshot residue.
Oh. Birdie speaks up. Can I roll sensitivity and touch those gloves?
You gonna touch the evidence?
The sheriffs aren't here yet, so yeah, yes, I do.
Well,
Let's see.
Okay.
don't touch anything.
Is that
Guess-
George Costanza's
I'm not
dad
even
that just
sure
said
what
that?
that's supposed to. Is this? I guess this. I guess. Okay, that was just. All right.
You could
Go
say
ahead and
no.
roll. Oh, I mean, I just not sure what you're expecting to get from this, but we never know. You never know.
Well,
Why don't you roll and we'll see.
I roll a 9.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Man, I was saving that, man. Why'd you use that?
Do I divine anything from the gloves?
Fuck it. Let's just say OG did it now.
Are you using Reiki?
Oh, I'm not touching that word. Not for the next year. Not touching that word. Sorry.
You don't find
And edit that out, Nathan. Sure. Yeah, just
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No.
Bye, bitch.
Love everybody.
Except for the
No,
attention
You
of
don't have to.
except for the attention of Danny Walsh, who walks up, looking at you with the gloves. You and Nellie.
Danny,
See
the reporter.
What's that power? What's that called? Psychometry? We can touch
Yes,
something and see it.
psychometry.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what I was thinking.
Do you have any idea what the Society of the Kindly Ones actually does?
Mhm.
No idea. I'd never heard of them
I
before.
mean, how are they able to entice a big-time Vegas player to Brindlewood Bay? None of it adds up. And now he's dead.
Mhm.
Now the high roller is dead.
Well, now they're
I mean,
going
it's
to
gonna
get
make
a lot of attention.
it's gonna make a good story. We just gotta piece it together, ladies.
So
Well-
can I search the body?
Jesus. Nobody touch anything.
Well, she's just goes, well, you do what you need to do.
I'm
And
gonna
then
clear.
the doors open up, and there is Sheriff Templar and two of the deputies, including Brett Anderson.
Muscles, thank God you're here. So good to see you. Please help us. It's a terrible thing.
I know.
Sheriff looks at-
I immediately grab his
Sure.
hand. You know, 4 buttons unbuttoned in my dress at this point, just pulling him towards the body.
He's
You're
like,
all so horny.
he will follow you and say, I think some buttons have come off.
Oh,
need
don't mind
help?
that.
Do you need
Unless
help
you
with
want
those?
to. Yeah, please.
He
There's a
will,
couple more.
he will stop and help you button those back up.
Oh. We'll save that for later, dear.
What do you miss, Mary Mac?
Yeah, so he will go over to the body and go, Sheriff, there's a dead man over here. I think you might have been shot.
Hmm.
The sheriff just takes off.
Sheriff,
takes
you
off
got to
his hat
promote this
and
guy to
rolls his
detective.
And this is why he's a deputy.
Sheriff just takes off his head, rubs his head, and walks over there. Thanks.
They're still spurting. Like, this.
All right, everyone, move over. Can you step back? Step back. Let's.
I finally released the crime scene.
Thank you, Pat.
Sheriff, I tried very hard to get people to not touch anything.
Thank you, Patty.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Patty, so
If,
much.
if you find Birdie's fingerprints, it's it's due to alcoholism. Acute case.
Excuse me, dear. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't go to meetings.
I don't
Yeah,
admit it.
I'm not even on the first step, bitch.
I moonwalked backwards.
So he just sort of
Can't
like,
even
and
see
the
the
other
first
deputy,
step from here.
she walks up and starts, pushing people, moving people back. She goes, "Thank you, Patty." He goes, "Koopa, make a perimeter on the body. Let's look around and see what we can find out." He looks at any Maven that's within earshot. He goes, "I'm assuming that you're going to do what you're going to do. I'm not going to interfere, but just try not to interfere with the body." Birdie.
I kind of I sidle up to the sheriff and say, "Well,
Yeah.
I kind of like hand him to the gloves under my arm. It's like, oh, it looks like you found this evidence here."
He goes, Cooper, and Cooper has a bag and puts it in the. She looks at you, just here. I'll just. Cooper's actually wearing
Don't
gloves.
mind,
She will
don't
take
mind
your
the
gloves.
cat hair on it.
It does smell like gunshot residue. I'm thinking a Colt 45.
He just
The malt liquor of
Deputy Cooper just seals the bag and goes, right.
Mhm.
Sheriff, I'll put this over there. Thanks, Sam. Just over there. Yeah. Brett, just keep people away.
One Billy
On
Dee
it,
Williams
Sheriff.
movie.
That guy's still shot. Yes, I know.
So as people are trying to leave, I'm making them empty the contents of their pockets into like on a tray for me to look at before I let them leave.
People decide not to leave instead of having their right smile in.
Yeah.
This just seems
So-
weird.
Yeah, so I have a big tray and I'm walking around like I will clear you if you'd like to leave. Otherwise, I'm blocking the biggest door.
Evelyn, you can't block the door forever. There is a sheriff that it's one of the deputies comes in behind you and goes, I can screen them, ma'am. That way you don't have to sit here in that wonderful dress and lock the door with your tray of.
It's actually pants.
Oh wow! It's a pantsuit thingy. Cool cots.
Just looks like-
Sequins pantsuits.
That's a thing. Great.
It's what all the young folks are wearing.
So they are. So they are,
Yeah.
man.
You know, people as young as like 55.
I can kick.
50.
So
Punk.
50 years old.
the mayor
Well,
gets back
when-
on the
When
back on the
nobody's
mic.
looking, I go into my shoulder pad. I pull out my flask and take a drink and then just put it right back.
I've got an empty bottle. of
Everybody's
Chardonnay.
looking.
Oh yeah.
You do it, and you're locking eyes with Mariah Prescott.
Mariah Prescott.
So,
The historical bitch. Yeah.
so the mayor gets back on the mic and just says, "Everyone can please stay calm. Return to a table, hopefully not one with a body at it, and the sheriff will go through and clear as many as possible as quickly as we can.
Sheriff, can I make
And
this?
we are still in a crime scene, and there's a crime that's being solved.
Sheriff?
Ooh,
Sheriff?
ooh,
And
ooh,
I
ooh,
will
ooh.
see that this crime gets solved, and we find out justice
Sheriff dear?
disturbed. Yes.
Sheriff dear?
Not
Hi.
taking questions right now, but I will
No.
take photographs. Thank you.
I have a recommendation.
Turns
I
off the
think-
mic.
I think everybody should sit where they were sitting when the shooting happened.
Mm.
I think that would help. I happen to have a memory of where everyone was.
Well, if anyone can remember, it was dark.
It's all
Okay.
right here. It's all right here. I was here. Nellie was here. Laura was here. Birdie was here. Dan was here. Amelia was here. Tony was here. Mariah was here. Mike was here. Ace was there.
Deputy's trying to
But
write this-
Ace is still there. And
Deputy
the
Cooper's
mayor
trying to write this down.
and
Where's
Melissa and Danny Welsh was right over that. way.
Well, Evelyn
Okay.
wasn't sitting down at the time.
No, Evelyn didn't make it to the big table.
Yeah, neither was I.
God, you're Evelyn?
Are you not schizophrenic? Is that your thing?
Mariah goes, do you mean you were not at the table? Or I think,
She forgot
Yes.
her blood pressure pills this morning.
Hey.
She's a little off.
I'm schizophrenic, and so am I.
I'm pretty sure I said Mariah.
no, you said Evelyn. So it's like, and Evelyn's there. So Mariah just look at you like, you crazy drunk. You're as bad as Birdie.
I
Nobody's
take
looking.
umbrage with that statement.
So the mayor will go over and get himself some snacks from the catering table.
Mayor, how can you eat at a time like this? Man's been murdered right in your very presence. You're not getting my vote, and I storm off.
Lynn, sit down where you were.
No one's sitting where they were. Everyone's sitting at a nearby
no.
table, or they're tired, or like, or just
It was such a great idea.
It was
There were
20 minutes
signs.
ago. Who remembers?
in the dark.
I
I
remember.
I will sigh, sit back down, and re-unbutton the 4 buttons.
I'm gonna sit next to Patty and it's like, Patty, just asking this. No offense, but you didn't have it. You didn't have anything to do with this, did you?
No comment. I'd like to
That's
talk.
my
To
attorney.
I'd like to talk to my attorney, please.
Who is not here?
I mean, probably is here.
Probably.
If one of my dearest friends in the world thinks I did this,
I mean, you're threatening him all night long, so I mean, I have to ask.
I was going to take him down in poker, not in life.
No.
He didn't even have a real charity. What is this? Society for the Kindly Ones. What do they have a beef with the Society of Shooty Ones?
We should find out what that is.
We should. I agree. Are you done? Are you done interrogating me, Nellie? Hmm.
For now.
Just then,
Wouldn't all
Patty's
wouldn't
lawyer.
everybody have to file paperwork for their charities?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we should go find that paperwork.
That paperwork would probably either be, in
Probably in the trunk of not Virginia, May's car.
I completely forgot about the paint the scenes for certain areas. So the town hall, which of course is filled with right now with like the folding chairs and and stackable chairs and card tables and so forth, with its homemade decorations and so forth. 30 years ago, the town hall was the site of a violent encounter between local fishermen and the town council, interfering with their way of life in order to attract tourist dollars. What evidence of the violence still remains even today?
That's exciting.
Like, how many people died?
I don't know. No one might have died. It could have just been like they just sort of shouted and threw sticks, or there was a fire or something. Who knows? A harpoon was tossed, and
That was up to us.
I think
It
Lynn
appeared-
might remember.
Well,
it was 30 years ago. 30 guys.
I
Us
really
living in
can't,
that
I
world
could
at the
I can
time.
relate. All the tourism destroyed my family's livelihood. That's exactly what we're doing. We were very proud fishermen for the longest time.
So you were involved in the your family was involved. Okay, that's
In the
They
in
threw
troubles.
sticks.
okay.
So you've killed here before, Birdie.
I'm only saying this is not such a tragedy, is it? If you think about it.
My husband Jack was a lobsterman.
Danny writes that down.
What do you
My
write?
husband Dennis was an investment banker.
What is that?
Investment banker? I don't know. He steals other people's money and makes
But
more.
yeah,
out of it.
as far as any records of who was a part of the charity, that would probably be in the mayor's office, which is just down the hall. Through
All
those
right,
doors.
sneak out down the
Yeah,
hall
let's
while
go-
everybody's
Let's
distracted.
go grab that.
Yeah.
So do all of you go?
No, not Patty.
Hopefully, yeah.
Patty's not going.
Bitch can't keep her mouth shut.
Birdie's having a swig.
Well, she's like she has to stay there and listen to whatever the sheriff's
If I know that my friends are going on a hunt for evidence, I will distract the people who would take umbrage at that fact.
There you
So
go.
Yeah.
I will unbutton three buttons.
Oh, God.
Dirty pillows.
We only let Lynn do that.
I still got my gorgeous, figure from my 30s.
Oh God.
Because you paid
What?
for it.
What, in photographs?
I mean,
or
I'm not gonna
daguerreotypes?
lie. That's totally true.
Oh.
Silicone doesn't droop.
So I sashay my way out down towards the mayor's office,
Okay.
stealthily.
So basically, it's just you have to. There's you slip out the hallway. There's a hall just goes straight down. It leads to both the kitchen and then has storage in the basement. And there's other stairwell that goes up towards the mayor's office. And the office is upstairs in the town hall. And you can slip upstairs. The lights are on in the kitchen, so there's light coming out of that. The basement entrance is dark, but there's some sconce that are still lit on the stairs going up to the mayor's office.
I will go up towards the mayor's office then.
Okay. The mayor's office? Is this you by yourself?
No, I was coming along.
Okay.
I thought Evelyn was going with them too.
Evelyn had to stop in the restroom apparently.
Okay.
She's checking it for stoppage.
She did do that earlier.
Yeah.
She's very focused on that. It's weird.
Evelyn, are you going to the
All
mayor's office
flushed.
as well?
All flushed.
See, that's okay.
Yep,
were you-
I'm with them. I'm with
Okay,
them.
so the three of you ascend the stairs and go up to the mayor's office. The mayor's office was tightly secured. But what makes you believe that someone else was there before you?
Oh. Dun dun dun.
Maybe the mayor?
Someone's-
Yourself, mayor?
Someone's broken in.
The mayor's office was tightly secured. But what makes you believe that someone else was here before you?
The lights are on.
The door jamb is split where somebody kicked the door open.
Patty, you're downstairs.
Oh, sorry. I can still add in.
You can.
Somebody
They're
somebody
lock
didn't lock
picking.
with this,
Yeah, they're
Birdie.
lock picking stuck inside the lock. Yeah. Were we both at it?
Okay. And so you go into the mayor's office and look around.
Yep.
Okay. Why don't each of you? Yeah, in this area, I'll be kind.
You don't have to be. It's fine.
No, kind.
Each of you can make a maven move in this room as you search the mayor's office. I'm assuming you're not just going to go for the files and look for the charity things. You're going to look around everything else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put Beastie down and Beastie sniff around, see if you can find clues. I've got a little your favorite little turnip slices in my bag here. If you can find something.
He hisses and goes under the credenza.
Turnips.
So, for those who are in the mayor's office, why don't you give me a roll for your maven moves? Just to give you an idea of what could. We'll just say that obviously a hit is going to be a per night move, per day move. Did I say day move? No, this is meddling move, didn't I?
Yes.
Being kind. That's right.
Oh, a meddling move?
Yes.
Okay.
So a 7 through 9 will be basically there'll be a complication with trying to get to the clue if there is a clue. Though you do get the clue or something, or you have some encounter where you're searching for it. A 9 or higher, a 10 or above obviously means that you find the clue without incident. Anything below that, something else may happen without you even having the satisfaction of getting a good clue. Okay. Yes, Birdie. Did you accompany them up to the mayor's office, or did you slide off to the kitchen, or go down to the basement, or just stay in the
To further
mayor's
things along, I was in the mayor's office and I rolled a 10.
So you went to the mayor's office.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I know the mayor likes to keep a port under his desk, so
Okay. I will get to you in 1 second. Let me see.
What are you doing under his desk?
Don't ask how she knows that.
Why do you look so comfortable down there?
Did I mention the teeth trick?
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just before I get to you, let's go with Evelyn and Nellie and Lynn as far as your roles.
I actually got a 12.
Ooh.
Looks guys.
Oh, what's the what skill are we using? Just whatever suits.
Yeah, whatever suits.
Yeah, so then I would have gotten a 12 as well, using composure.
And can I use BC to help me out or no?
Is he? Yeah, I think you can use him for your roles, right?
Yeah, I can give him some simple commands and blah blah blah. All right. It really didn't matter, but 13.
Jesus.
Jesus, everyone's doing this. I don't know what to say.
We were just like, there's way too many clues in this mayor's office.
The mayor did it.
Yeah.
So,
I find a gun. And attached to it is the mayor.
so Birdie,
yes.
you find plans to drain the Brindlewood Fen.
Ooh.
The Brindlewood Finn, Finn.
Fen.
E
F-E-N.
F-E-N.
Okay. And what is that?
The swamp.
The swamp.
marshy
That's
land.
where the
Swampy land.
sanctuary for newts is supposed to go.
Thank you.
So many clues. I can't believe they're going to drain the fin. I mean, I'm not a.
I convey this to the group, to Mavens.
I'm
It's
not
all
a
about
newt
the money.
lover, but yeah,
It's all about the money.
Nellie?
It always is.
I knew this guy was a skank. Everybody's a skank. And this
Nellie?
guy was a skank.
or a skink maybe.
Oh God, Nellie,
Yes.
you find a secret passage between the mayor's office and one other location.
Oh, that's a
Birdie's house.
Can I decide now or
I think it's probably best to wait. So when you guys do your thing. Lynn. Actually, not Lynn. I'll go with Lynn. I'm sorry. Evelyn. Sorry. Evelyn.
What a letdown.
I'm just a better Lynn.
Yeah.
You find evidence of an offshore bank account.
I'm always the money lady.
Wow.
Okay, bank account.
Lynn, as you guys are in there, you find, for a moment in the doorway, a shadowy figure who appears to have a mummified hand covered with runes,
Well,
where his
clearly-
left hand should be. And then he steps back out of sight.
I immediately scream.
I'll do my best to keep people downstairs from noticing the scream.
That's not hard. Everyone else has already talked about it. They always sort of, I mean, yeah. And you scream.
What was it, Lynn?
There was this weird figure in the doorway. It had this weird mummified hand in place of his left hand. It had like all sorts of like tattoos or etchings on it.
Oh no, I have kitten heels, or I'd run after him.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I can
literally,
kick them off. So I
yes.
kick off my shoes and I start to run.
You start to run. And you step out the door, and the hallway is empty. Lynn, do you follow her?
Yes, but I also have a question.
Mm-hmm.
My Maven move is something about you causes the elite society to not take you seriously. When you do your meddling move in a place occupied by the rich and famous, you find an additional clue. Would this qualify, or is it this because it's the mayor's office, or is it not because there's no actual high society?
No actual high society people here, but I am kind.
Well, I mean, could
Hello?
he? It was more like, could they think so little of us that they just leave their nonsense out in the open?
Well, this
I think so.
office was secured,
Mm.
and someone tried to get in here, and there's a secret passage out. They could have come in that way too, and planted the evidence.
So I will follow after Evelyn.
You follow after Evelyn, and you notice there is like a jack of cards lying on the ground, not too far down the hall. And when you pick it up,
Quick, step on it.
it blinks at you and says, "So many buttons."
I look around asking if anybody else heard, seeing if anybody else heard that.
Nope. Evelyn's down the hall, and you're the only one in the hall by yourself.
Where am I?
You're in the office.
In the office. Yeah.
I'm trying to open
Where's
up
the door?
cupboards
Is it-
looking for something to drink the port with. Go ahead.
I'm running so fast.
You're running fast. You're just not in earshot of immediately of her.
It's fast.
Yeah. Okay. Fast. But you run fast. Run on the hall to the stairs. You don't see the figure at all.
And no other offices or doorways that.
And there's other offices, but they all seem to be closed. You can try them. The immediate office right next to his, the assistant's office, the assistant mayor's office is locked. And you check all the other doors on the hall; they're all locked.
I don't know where that could have gone.
Could you have imagined it?
I look at the card. I look
Card.
back at Evelyn. I look at the card.
The
and,
card
I guess
doesn't
it's
do
possible.
anything or say anything.
Quick, put
I
it
confess I
inside
did
of your
have a lot of
bodice.
margarita. Yeah, I did have a lot of margarita tonight. And the shooting just has me off my vapors.
Am I near Lynn?
If you step out of the room, you're currently in the room.
I stepped towards Lynn. Well, I can't find anything. How about you?
I don't know, frankly.
Did you see
And
anything unusual?
I just hold up the card and hand it to Birdie.
I do a roll on sensitivity. May be good. Oh, okay. I roll an 11.
For a
Sensitivity. I hold the card in my hand. Do I detect anything?
Is it magic?
It's not one of the moves right now.
yeah, I was like, it's
In the future.
in the future. Yes, you just simply feel, for some reason, uneasy.
I let go of the card right away.
It falls to the floor because you know I'm holding it.
Where's Patty? She could step on it.
That's how you get. That's how you defeat.
And thereby
Cthulhu.
save the day.
So, Patty, you're downstairs in the main halls. Do you look around while everybody's doing their thing and do your own movers and moving?
Yeah, I'm what I'm doing is I'm trying to run the investigation, and I'm making a big show of myself in the hopes of making sure that people are always having their eyes on me and not on my friends upstairs. So I'm saying what I think happened is, first of all, there's a light switch there and a light switch there, and I think that the shooter had to have been at that light switch to turn it off and then shoot and then turn it back on again. And so that should exclude everybody who was at the table because you had to be able to touch the light switch. Or
The sheriff goes, or you let us conduct an investigation that actually does
the other option is that they were in cahoots. And
Yes.
there's two people,
Yes.
one on the light switch, one who can shoot, and that would leave the people that are at the table as potential shooters. What do you think, Sheriff? I mean, you're the professional here. What are your theories? Do you have any theories right now? I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear anything from Musselman too.
This guy's been shot. No, he doesn't do that. He just goes,
Such
Little
a big, strong
Fitzpatrick,
man.
I don't know what to say other than, well, why would someone want to shoot him is the thing we need to figure out, right?
And here's two interesting facts about him that I learned this evening. One, he's connected to a spurious charity known as the Society for Kindly Ones.
It's not too bad to the sheriff.
And well, we need to find out more about that organization, don't we?
Well, why would the charity want to kill him because he's earning them money?
May I remind you that the Satanists are also considered a charity? It's not as funny now, is it, Sheriff?
He just kind of just says, "Look, that was years ago."
And then there's also the fact that he has an assistant who I haven't been able to identify who's in the room. Who is Ace's assistant? Charles. Charles was his real name. His real name was Charles Rogers. Who was Ace's assistant? Raise your hand.
Damn.
Raise your hand.
Nobody answering?
Raise your hand if you were Ace's assistant.
There is someone who goes, I think he came here without his assistant.
Somebody said that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, he did say that he had an assistant. I don't know who that person is. Maybe you'd be able to find if he had like one of those telephones that doesn't have a cord.
The sheriff just kind of looks and takes his hat off and rubs his head again. He goes, yeah, right, Miss Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Sheriff, did you know that your name tag is upside down?
Yep, I was sleeping and I just didn't. I just reached forward and grabbed it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't check with Edna before I
I
left.
don't want anybody to lose faith in you. That's all. That's all. Just
Thank you.
between you and me.
I'm just gonna go fix that in the bathroom.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think Nellie might have been in that bathroom. He might want to go to the one back there.
He's gonna go again. Goodness.
Just trying to divert him.
It's one time.
Just trying to divert him away from the team. That's all.
Okay. He
It's all
goes.
about diversions.
He goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And
by the way, I am clearly doting on the sheriff.
You already filled up on checks. You can't get any more
You're
checks.
thank you.
You're cut off.
Fitzpatrick. That's very kind of you.
He's going to start
Deputy
subtracting checks.
Cooper. Deputy Cooper just kind of looks. Just goes. Where's the rest of the cadre?
Don't worry, Deputy Muscles.
No, that was Deputy Cooper.
Oh,
She
Deputy
doesn't-
Cooper.
yeah.
Deputy. Aren't you just a dear? Talk to me. How difficult is it for you to break that glass ceiling in the deputies department? What can we do as girls to help each other?
Stop meddling with evidence. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I was the first one to stand up and say, nobody touch anything. Nobody touch anything until the sheriff gets here.
Yeah.
That was all I did. And I knew it was because everybody, Deputy Cooper's here, we're all going to be okay. That's what I was telling everybody. I told everybody before they got here.
I think that and you treating me like an officer that's
now that Deputy Cooper's here, we've got this solved. Really, it's like that. It'll just be done like that, folks. She's the best. That's what I say. She's the best. That's what I always say.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna go look around.
Okay. Let me know if you need any help.
She's looking over the catering table. Heads over there.
Yeah. I think I sneakily reconvene into the ballroom where everybody is gathered.
The main town hall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the main town hall.
All right.
Birdie,
do you go, or do you go down to the basement or into the kitchen?
I am interested. Where the playing card was found in the office.
In the hallway.
In the hallway.
Do I anything else to observe while I'm still there? Otherwise, yeah, I guess I'll go into the basement.
Okay. Now there's nothing else to observe.
Birdie hasn't watched them horror
Birdie, where are
movie
you going?
talkies.
Now, Birdie, as I described it, there's you go down from the mayor's office. He goes downstairs, and there's a hallway that leads back to the main hall. The hall also leads to the kitchen, where there's a light on the kitchen's light from the kitchen, and there's a light. There's a stairwell going down to the basement, which is dark, across from the kitchen. And you're going to go down the dark stairwell on the first floor after leaving the mayor's office and go down there. So let's just get you set up, and then we'll stop.
So because of my L&M cigarettes, I do have my Bic lighter. So just in case.
Okay. You go down to the basement. A smell of old wetness.
My
Gray, gloomy light coming from an egress windows. Cardboard boxes full of forgotten junk and rat droppings. What hazards has developed here through neglect? Why don't you paint the scene for me, Birdie, by yourself in the dark with the wretched?
It's very weird. It's weird. You have like newspapers stacked on top of each other. They should be recycled, probably recycled at this point. But I noticed there's a pattern of what I'm seeing, which is very odd to me. It's a bunch of news, but it's not local. It's kind of all over all over the world, but there's something common. I can't quite place it just yet.
Okay. So you're in the basement. Let me know if you want to look for any clues.
I do, and I want
Okay,
to.
this will be considered a night move
Because it's dark.
because it's dark. You're isolated from the rest of the party. It could possibly be dangerous. Who knows?
Working on our night moves.
Wow.
Now, night moves vary differently than day moves or meddling moves. What I want you to describe is, while you're searching for your clue, what would be something that you're afraid would happen while you're bound there, or would make you lose your nerve and leave the room, leave the area.
I have a gothic mirror, and with my interactions with it, it kind of it could be unsettling that it might show me or invoke something that's could or happen that's dreadful. And so it's one of those things where you may have a precognition of something. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it's just so there's something that's familiar that's starting to boil up in the scenario that's going to give me lots of dread.
So what? So if you go down this, what would? So that's what you're fearing.
It's like deja vu, but there's something really
Okay.
That's yeah.
It'll be worse, but do you wish to proceed?
Well, I'm half in the bag, so I got to see what's going on. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a night moves roll?
Is that's just 2d6?
2d6, and you may apply the appropriate.
Oh, I got 1,000. So no, hold on. So I have a keeper. I have a +1 to reason, a -1 to presence, and a +2 for sensitivity. Am I rolling against any of those?
Because
alcoholism. I have a 10 +3.
Okay. Well, sensitivity usually involves occult supernatural forces kind of thing, and you're looking for clues for a murder, so that may not be the one to use here. Probably reason is the closest one. So you're researching a problem, or composure to sort of steady yourself as you go in this dark place by yourself to do that.
Have you met Birdie?
I have composure. So if I was going with reason, that would be a plus. That would be an 8.
An 8. Okay. Now an 8.
Who's the Rankator Society?
They're another streaming old folks like us.
They were commenting on me. They said I was a sexy bitch.
Well, you are a sexy bitch. They're not wrong.
I don't know why you would internalize that.
Self-confidence. There's a lot of reasons.
Delusion.
Delusion, for sure.
It's the bourbon. Totally the bourbon.
I said.
South Boston accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So an 8.
Deep South Boston.
So you slip down into darkness. You could turn the light on, I guess.
I get my Bic lighter.
Okay, you can see the light switch, and you can.
She
you want to
passes
light?
3 light switches on the way
Ooh,
down.
it hurts.
Okay, come on. So you slip down the basement. It is still dark. There is the piles of paper and there's strange things leaning, and the smell of turpentine. You think.
It's like,
she takes a deep breath.
You take a deep breath. puffing the turpentine as you go through the papers and look.
Reminds me of my tester's glue when I was putting together my
And
models.
you see something on the back table, and you head back there. And a pile of boxes, actually. And you discover a false identity revealed through a discarded forged documents. And then
Forged by whom? Is there a signature that I recognize?
These are just
determine.
You will determine. So basically, this is a false identity revealed through forged documents you find down here in a stack of papers. And then you hear the tink of the can of a turpentine, like so fall over, the glucking of liquid, the lights go out, and then the flash of light as fire erupts behind you.
Dun dun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were done with Birdie anyway.
Really?
For our viewers, the distinct sound of a foot kicking over the can and a match being dropped. And
I pull out my L&M and I'm like, oh, thank God, there's a light.
It's illuminated the fiery papers, the cardboard boxes, and how far the stairs and exit is from you, between you. The fire is between you and the way out. Now let's go back to Lynn.
I ain't got no lighter. I said, I ain't got no lighter. I ain't got no gun.
Lynn,
my hands are clean.
You ascend the stairs, having thrown down matches.
Cackling with
all done.
Last time that bitch steals my cookies.
So, Lynn, you were in the hallway. There, you. Nellie, Birdie went off somewhere. You went back to the main hall. You can see that Patty is currently trying to continue to pontificate about the need for the crime scene security. You don't see the mayor. You see one of the deputies at the catering table talking to the chef, and you see Brett just sort of standing there by the door, looking around, confused as far as your deputies, as far as your law enforcement at this time. Some people have already sat down and are just sort of talking. Others have all crowded around the bar, which unfortunately doesn't have any alcohol, but they don't care. At least it's not serving any, technically.
I'll grab a plate of cookies off the catering table and walk it up to Deputy Muscles. Deputy, have you learned anything? It's been chaos here. I know from a platter of cookies.
The guy looks at you and I mean,
please have one. They're delicious.
Oh, I
can't say I made them. It's not as good as my cookies, but I think you should enjoy some.
I think Lynn's accent is Southern as well.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Lynn is professionally Southern. Yes, Jacksonville, Florida. We went over this in the opening.
I guess I should.
Okay, she's a birdie that migrates.
He looks at the cookies and goes,
"She's migratory."
Oh no, I can't. But thank you. No. Yeah. Well, maybe just one. Did you make these?
No, these are made by the chef over there. But,
he's like,
I'll bring you some. Don't you worry.
He looks at the sheriff and goes, okay, he eats one. This is so much more exciting than bike duty.
Is that how?
Yes, but on bike duty you get to wear shorts.
But yeah, he does point out this, though I don't get to wear shorts.
Mm-hmm. Which is a benefit to you and the community.
We all miss out on that.
Mm-hmm. If I hadn't married an Irishman, I'd have married a sheriff's deputy.
Thank you, Miss. Well, that's a very
holy crap! Patty's in on it now.
Very specific. This is Fitzpatrick.
This has threesome vibes.
So,
Patty, you'd say you and I Eiffel Tower the deputy here.
I don't like anything French.
Oh boy.
Not
So,
since the war.
No kissing, no menage a trois.
So where was
I can't even spell 3.
Nellie.
Yes.
Are you still in the mayor's office?
Yes, I'm keeping it in my pants.
Give filing. Still
Yeah.
filing.
I'll like see what it looks like if you don't keep it in your pants. Something.
Yeah, no, I'm yeah, I kind of like look down that secret passageway, and I'm like pretty curious about it, but I'm gonna leave that for later. And I'm gonna come out, and it looks like I've been abandoned. I don't see Birdie or Lynn or
Did Evelyn go? Evelyn's up in there. In the
Evelyn.
office,
Did you leave the hallway, or were you still there?
No, I didn't leave yet.
Evelyn,
so
In
you
the
do-
hallway.
do you want to go check the kitchen with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey,
So
now.
we'll like head to the kitchen and look for clues.
Okay, you head downstairs and go into the first floor, and there is the kitchen. Kitchen has sort of like, you walk in there, it's lit well enough with its flickering, it is lit out with its fluorescent lights. It's got chipped formica countertops, the cabinet doors, half of which have the knobs missing, and the oven's probably seen better days.
Any hors d'oeuvre trays I can kind of like
There
shove
are
into my
some.
bag? Okay, I'll just.
Mike the caterer, and recently a reformed criminal, has set up the prep for in this area for the
Wait,
evening's
did you say
refreshment.
reformed criminal?
Yeah, reformed criminal.
Yes.
Oh,
Has set up the prep area for this evening's refreshments. What do you see that hints to his former life? Paint the scene.
I guess all the skewers for the shish kebab seem like they're like homemade from like sharpened utensils.
Make chivs out of them.
All the skewers are like homemade
Shiv kebab.
The shiv kebab.
Shiv
Thank you, Laura.
kebabs, yeah.
Thank you for going there.
Yeah, thanks
That's
for
good.
yeah. That's
Mhm.
teamwork.
Kebabs. Okay. So, all right. Okay. And I guess we're going to be doing some searching in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can give me a. I'll
day
be kind. This is a day move. So, basically, the only thing I really have to ask is, what are you afraid would happen if things go wrong? Like, what was something that would be, if things go wrong, how would you guys describe that?
Like both of us together.
Either individually, or if you're both going to individually, like what I mean, or they can be together because you're both searching the same area. What would be something that would be something that may make you rethink your search, or would go wrong as far as like the wrong thing could happen as far as ruining your chances to get the clues that you need?
I guess something that I think could go wrong is that there's so many ingredients and stuff spread around. I'm really worried that if we're not careful in there, that we'll knock something over and it will destroy a clue.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm also worried that Nellie's pants will fall down because she never buys new underwear. So her little panties, if she...
Nellie's skid marks. Just watch it.
I'm afraid they'll slide down and go around her ankles.
Okay. All right.
That's all the time. That's
We're not
whenever
supposed
she wears a dress.
We're not supposed to bring our real lives into this, Laura.
Buy some new underwear.
Well, now the world knows. Okay, let's roll away. Nellie and Evelyn.
I think that's why Lynn goes commando.
Oh, no, I dress sexy
reason
under
for 10.
Okay.
I rolled reason for 6.
Okay. So, how do I want to do this?
I don't know, but you should probably make it a cliffhanger because it's 11.
Mm.
Dun dun dun.
You see a clue, and you can almost reach it, Nellie. And Evelyn's leaning over too, and then the punch bowl gets knocked and splash. And that's where we'll end it. Will you get the clue? Who knows? Will it be destroyed by the punch bowl? Who knows?
Who knows?
Will Birdie burn to death in the basement by herself?
Mm-hmm.
Or just finish her parmals? Will Lynn get her deputy? Will Patty get her deputy? Will the Eiffel Tower the poor
Why am I the only one who knows 70-year-old women are not dying for sex?
You don't watch enough gilf porn.
No. But
Oh, please no. And that's where we'll wrap up for this.
No!
As the camera pulls away from the flickering lights in the basement being seen through the window, the splashing crash of a punch bowl, the nervous laughter of a cornered deputy, a small group of robed figures
Uh-oh.
are seen flittering through the light with their white porcelain mask in the shape of ancient Greek gods, carrying bronze cubes in their hands, and they disappear through a doorway in a building that is not known to you now.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll return to us next week.
no.
Thanks. On that, we're skipping a week.
Because somebody's going to be in Norway.
Yes, we are skipping week for Norwegian excursions.
Get all those memes off your phone before you go.
But we are.
Get burners. Just
Birdie's
get burners.
birding.
It's for coming back, not for going there.
Right. We are going to have a episode of Leftovers this Thursday. It looks like maybe Tim is volunteering to help out. We're going to have Ray from MythWorks.
Sweet.
So Wild Sea and cyber plus punk and some comics and other things like that. So should be pretty cool. Should be a good show. I hope you join us then. But again, thanks Malcolm for terrific game, and we'll see you all soon.
next time.
Thing. Over the weekend, if you wanted to watch something really weird, you can go onto Amazon and watch a film called Magic Hour. It's now been for all you indie film people, like if you have something on Amazon, it's now our third month where apparently we're going to finally see how many people have watched the show, the film. And so please watch it, and I'll let you guys know next week, what the results are, because I find it fascinating. So
yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Magic Mike Hour.
It's worth it just to see Tony.
And I would have watched it.
Yeah. It's worth it just to see Tony acting.
Double Tony.
Yeah. It's a double stuffed version of Tony.
Yeah.
If you like double stuffed Oreos, you'll love
Twerk, Tony. Come on, twerk.
Thank you very much, Keeper, and everybody. Good times.
All right.
Good times.
Good night,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone. Good night,
Good night, everyone.
Woo!